Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card out of the day from the Wildwood Tarot deck is Nine of Arrows and dedication. And I think this popped up one time when I was out in Hawaii, and we talked about being dedicated to that which you love, and whether it's a job or a process or relationship, family member. When you dedicate yourself to something. It truly does give more meaning, and to be in that spirit and in the have that spiritual energy around you. It kind of makes those other arrows dance, to the music that you're playing. All right, and the way I like to look at that is by being dedicated and good at what you do. Okay, you can influence. Okay, what's going on around you. Okay, you have that power to manifest and, influence others, influence the environment around you, to make it, from a negative situation to a positive situation, say. Okay, so, that skill set that you have, being dedicated to, whatever it is, allows you to have this kind of aura around you that shows others that you're good at what you do. So, and when you're dedicated of yourself to that skill set, relationship, process, however you want to look at it, it's really to the greater good, not only for yourself but for those that are around you. That that wheel that we have. With you being the center of it, just imagine how many other people you're touching. Let's say it might be a group of 5 friends that you're talking to, okay? And that 5 friends talks to two friends. Now you've just exponentially blew it out of proportion. It goes crazy like that. And it kind of goes back to what I was talking to the other day about that generosity and paying it forward. The good vibes that come out of that. Are kind of like that butterfly effect where it's just paying everything forward. So how do you get to be dedicated, okay, in your job or a relationship or, something that is, near and dear to your heart? It's through self-discipline, okay? And, I can relate to this very, very closely because I'm training for a half marathon, and the group that I'm training with, they live a fair distance away, and some days we get together to run, and other days it's, we're kind of on our own to run. And, today was one of those days where, hey, I got to be on my own to run. I'm running late from work. I'm not going to be able to meet up with them. But I'm dedicated to the run for the training, but I'm also dedicated to my running partners that I go running with, because, I don't want to be that weak link to where, if I don't run, they may not run. Okay, we're trying to do this together. We're trying to have fun in the process, and we want to have that half marathon, in us, when it comes time to run it, and it takes training to do that. You have to have that self-discipline to train, to go the 3 miles today, to possibly go 3.5 a couple days from now, or maybe go out for that long run on the weekend. So with that self-discipline of being dedicated to them to make sure I get my runs in, okay, they're doing the same thing. They're getting their runs in, and we're communicating about it. So they're also being self-disciplined. Now, as we continue to move forward, okay, our runs are getting faster. They're getting longer as well. Okay, so we're building up that stamina. We're building up the endurance. But it's not for lack of hard work. We are working hard. We are dedicated, not only to each other, but dedicated to, we want to do well during this half marathon. And, that's great to have, that accountability to be able to, to be able to talk with people and say, hey there, I'm there for you. All right. And yes, I'm going to go run it today. I'm dedicated, to doing this with you guys, even though we have to run separately from each other. I'm dedicated for that task, and along with it, there's that sincerity. You're not blowing people off. You're not just, giving it lip language. You're sincere in your efforts because you want to be dedicated to what you're working for. And that's true for any skill set. That's true for any relationship. Okay? You have to have some hard work put into that relationship. You have to have some self-discipline within that relationship. You have to be sincere in your words and in your communication. Okay? And talking with people. And, whether it's a family relationship, a new relationship, an old relationship. It's just being sincere and being dedicated to that person, if you're married, for however long it is. If you're dating, it's, being dedicated to, understanding the development of a relationship, okay? And just moving forward. If it's a process, having that self-discipline to complete that process in a timely fashion, okay? To doing the steps that are needed, all right? Kind of like that Ace of Stones, Foundation Life, doing the basics, being disciplined in doing the basics. Yes, it's hard work. Nothing easy ever comes without hard work. Okay, but the sincerity that drives that just makes it that much more special. The other piece of that is those that truly hear what the universe has to say, that are guided by universe, that are guided by the Spirit, let their light shine. Okay? And as a result, they become spiritual warriors here on Gaia, okay? And they're protectors of it, okay? So, a good example of that is recycling, being dedicated to recycling those products that can be recycled, not throwing them in the trash, not adding to the landfills, the pop bottle holders, whatever you want to call those, where you got to take the pop bottles out, snipping those up, so, wildlife can't get into them, and, hurting themselves. Just being more responsible for our planet, being more responsible for those in our community, those we work with, and I like to look at that as just having that universal love for people. The universal love of being able to reach out, share some of that energy, to show people that you care, okay? To show people that they make a difference. Even though they're unique and they have their own individual traits, all right? To treat people with respect, to treat people with a loving respect, okay? In every conversation you have, whether it's new or old. So the other piece of that is, teaching by example to lead others, to respect the beliefs and the philosophies that are out there. If you can be a moral leader within your community, within your workplace, and stand by those values and stand by those philosophies, okay, and be dedicated to that, people are going to see you as that shining light. And they're going to look at you, as that king of whatever, okay? This is a person I can go to for advice. Okay, this is somebody who, has some wisdom. Okay, let me talk to them about this issue and get their opinion on it. And another piece of, where does dedication start? It starts from your daily rituals. Every day, whether, got to get up, go make the coffee, half asleep, making coffee. Okay, go get a shower, washing everything, get out of the shower, brushing your teeth, shaving, whatever, putting your makeup on. That's all a ritual. That's all a ritual that you go through every day. Sometimes they call that a habit. I call them habits. I call them rituals. Okay, the drive to work is a ritual. You take the same path day in and day out, day in and day out. Okay? Those are oaths that you've kept to yourself. I don't want to get out of that habit. Okay? I want to keep doing what I'm doing. It shows your dedication, okay, to whatever it is you're going to, whether it's a job in the morning or making sure that your children are up, getting ready for school. If you're working at home, getting yourself ready, to do that work day. You know, I know every Saturday, you know, I go through a ritual of cleaning my house. Okay. And that's a dedication to the house as well as it's a dedication to me, saying, you know, hey, I want this done. I want things to be nice. I got to keep them nice. I got to stay clean. So when you're dedicated, okay, to something, you actually make a difference when you're dedicated to that cause. Might be a small difference. You may not see it on a day-to-day fashion, but being dedicated to a process that you're following at work, being dedicated to those that you love, those that are in a relationship, you know, those in your social group, okay? There's incremental differences that, you know, keep growing, okay? And just being able to dedicate yourself to whatever that cause is helps for the greater good, and you make a difference in the world. So that's the message for today, the 9 of Arrows, dedication. I hope you enjoyed the message. I do appreciate your viewership, and thank you for helping the channel grow. Do appreciate that. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and this is D from the Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.